Gloria loves avocado, and I serve it to her often this way, just scooping it out of the avocado itself. I mix mayonnaise, ketchup, and Tabasco in it with a little bit of water to make it smoother. Stir it, coat it right on top of the avocado, a bit of crushed tortilla, a dash of cilantro. I'm Jacques Pépin. This is fast food my way. Happy cooking! The main course of my menu today is going to be a kind of mock cassoulet. The cassoulet is a very famous dish from the southwest of France with beans, which does cook for hours. We're going to do a version here, much easier and much faster. And I start with some hot Italian sausage that I'm going to start to brown right here. There is a lot of different types of meat in the cassoulet. Very often it's done with poultry also, usually either duck or goose. And then a roast of pork, sometimes a roast of lamb, different type of sausage, and of course the beans. The beans, the cassoulet is really a bean dish from the southwest of France. The beans are still there, but we're cutting the poultry out and we're using sausage. And that piece of ham that you get directly at the market, this is the ham shoulder type. What I'm doing, removing a bit of the tough outside here. I think it's a little bit too tough. And we can leave the piece whole in there and slice it later on, or then cut it now. I think I'm going to leave it just like this. This is going, maybe I'll cut it in half. And put that to brown with my sausage here. Let's see. Have a little bit of oil in there. Okay. First thing you do, you want to brown that for about 5-6 minutes. And after that, we'll continue with the recipe. So I'm covering it. And while it's cooking, I'm going to start a salad, because with a cassoulet, you always eat a salad. And today I'm doing a salad with zucchini, tomato, mozzarella. I'll start with those zucchini because I want to do the outside of the salad using zucchini strip like this. And as you can see, I'm using a vegetable peeler. I go up to when I almost see the seed, then I turn it on the other side, do the same thing on the other side. I could have cut the end of it. That's it. And again on the other side again. The only thing you don't really want to cut is the center seed, which I have right there. So I have those nice stripes of zucchini here, and I want to cure those. So all I put is a little bit of salt on top of it. That's it, and roll it in the salt and cure it. I do the same thing with cucumber. Great with cucumber too, but it's different. Zucchini is a bit different. The salt will also soften it. So the rest of the recipe is tomato, taking the stem of the tomato there. This is nice and ripe tomato, which is what I want. Cut that in about 1/2 inch to 1 inch pieces. And again here, you see, nothing is written in stone. I'm going to put the mozzarella with it, but if you wanted to put some olives in there, different type of herbs. Some people may do a salad like that and remove the skin, remove the seed. It's fine also, but I don't see the point here. It's okay this way. Okay, tomato. I have a nice mozzarella here, soft. That's what I like it. I don't want it too mushy, but I like it soft for that. Maybe we cut it into pieces slightly smaller than the tomato. Here we are. Lemon. Roll your lemon to get more juice out of it. I strain that directly through my finger here. Salt on top of it. Freshly ground pepper. And olive oil. Okay, olive oil and a bit of parsley. You could put chives. The question of choice, question of taste. You could put tarragon. I like tarragon. Sometimes. And that's about it for my salad here. That salad could be, of course, served by itself. I think that I'm going to check on my cassoulet because I can smell that it's going maybe a bit fast. Yeah, that's doing fine. That's doing beautiful. So in fact, I can continue it before I finish my salad. And what I have here is bratwurst. You know, another type of sausage. You could use knockwurst or bratwurst. These are done sometimes with pork, sometimes with veal. In France, we serve those types we call boudin blanc, you know, white boudin we serve around Christmas. And we have truffle in it. Well, you can see I have a lot of sausage here. We put mushroom. I'm going to put a bit of thyme leaf. A couple of bay leaves. Some garlic. And we just crush it. You don't really have to chop your garlic, just crush like this. You'll go right in there. And maybe some onion. About half a cup of onion. Here we are. I want to stir that a little bit so that the onion gets in the bottom a little bit. Looks good already. Okay. I'm going to continue cooking it now for another 7-8 minutes. Well, I finished the salad. Going back here. Now my zucchini is kind of cured. So what you do, you use those little strips of zucchini. And you know, I can taste one, I know. They are crunchy now and salted. It's very nice. So you just do little strip of zucchini around. Add a garnish. You know, you can put them in any old way here. But it's a nice design, like nice shape. Yeah. I have always a lot of zucchini in my garden in summer. And we use zucchini flowers, you know, to do fritter with it. And we do all kind of things with the zucchini. So that goes around. Put that in the center of my zucchini. That's a really nice, fresh, invigorating salad, you know. Okay. A sprig of parsley there. And this is it. So, I'm going to go on with our menu and do the first course. Another little timbal that we call timbal, which is something together, you know, of smoked salmon. And that's a very interesting thing that I do for brunch. My wife loved that too. And you'll see how easy it is. I just put some chives there into a little container like this one. You know, this is one portion, it's great. So you put it in the bottom. Then put a little bit of cheese, about the value of 1 tablespoon. Sometimes I use cream cheese, but this is goat cheese. I put it there. Don't worry about pressing it, because what you're going to do, I have smoked salmon here. And what we're going to do is actually take a slice of salmon. You know, you can fold it like that to make it fit. We put it on top, and I use the salmon to press it, you know, in place. That's it. Then what goes with the salmon red onion? I can cut that by hand, or if you have a beautiful machine like this, which we call a mandolin, you can use it. There is a guard when it's whole like this. I use my hand going right through, at least to go halfway through. Then I would use the guard. And then the same thing with apple. I want to put some apple in there. So here, let me put a piece of apple, a little bit of red onion. I like to put ground pepper on top of it here. I mean, you can see that at that point you could put zucchini, you could put all kinds of things in there. So another piece of smoked salmon. I mean, 2 pieces like that should be a nice portion. That's it. You know, sometimes you do it one way, another time another way. Whether you put this one before that one is not that important either, you know. So here's my onion. Nice piece of apple. To finish, a bit more pepper, maybe a dash of salt on there on top of this. And that's it. You can cover that with plastic wrap and put that in your refrigerator. You know, you can see what it looks like. And maybe I put a bit of chives on top too. And that's it. You're ready to serve it. And when you serve it here, what I did a bit of a sauce with cucumber. And the cucumber, I'm not going to use all of it, just the end of it, to show you how easy it is. A little piece of cucumber, cut in half. I will take probably the seed out using a teaspoon like this to go on one side to the other side. Little dice of this. Actually, I had zucchini before. I could do dice of zucchini as well, and it would work perfectly fine for this. Here I am. Okay. Dice of cucumber there. I have capers. Those are nice small capers. I like the small one better than the big one. They're a bit more refined. A dash of salt, again. Pepper, you have to season everything that we do. And olive oil. So this is the base. So, you know, unmold it like this and see whether it comes out. You can always slide a knife on the side, you know, and make it up, move it to give a little bit of air. Then it will come out like a nice little pâté here, a last little timbale. And we have that as a garnish all around, and that makes a very elegant first course, you know. With a little more chives around like this. Wow, that looks good. Here we are. And I wanted to show you that sometimes with the same ingredient, you know, you can present things in a different way. This is usually what professional chefs do. You know, you take an idea from somewhere, you look at something and you do it in a totally different way. And I like to do that. It's a bit challenging. So our salmon, I serve salmon all the time at home, all the time slightly differently. And here, a beautiful plate again. And see, you smoke salmon. I mean, the standard way you buy it cut or you cut it yourself is really to try to place your salmon. You know, some people try to do a roast with it and you can't sometimes if the slices are large enough. But instead of putting it flat, I like to put the salmon this way in kind of the way it falls. I mean, the prosciutto also actually. So I have a bunch of smoked salmon right there, placed this way. Red onion. I had red onion before. The red onion is kind of classic here, so I can take a piece of red onion and do it very, very thin, you know, with your knife. To do a kind of julienne with it, you know. And you can shred this a little bit all over. Capers, are perfect with smoked salmon. So I have my capers here. I'm going to serve, take the juice out, some of the capers around, this way. Chives in the same way. That I could serve on top and around. This would be more of a classic way of serving smoked salmon. The cucumber, I could use it again in a different way, a little bit like I did the zucchini. I could take my smoked salmon, doing strip of cucumber this way, taking the cucumber together, and you can do spaghetti with it if you want. That is, you can serve it like this, but this way, rolling it and doing a type of spaghetti of cucumber. Dash of salt, actually. Oh, let's put it in the center here. We're improving here. That's it. Then I have a little bit of olive oil. Would always serve it slightly around like this. And with this, it would be classic to serve crouton, or bread. And I like to serve it very often this way, in long strip. Or maybe 3 of those. Now, if you really want to be fancy, then we do a butter roll. If the temperature is okay on my butter, and it is here, I scrape it this way, and from that moment I let it turn around to create like a flowers. You redo it again, and that time you do it very tight to create the center of your flowers. You cut the piece of it, put that right here, and you have a beautiful rose butter to be served with it. That's at least $25 now. You started at $5, and each time you add something else in the restaurant, you increase your price. And with this, I always put, when I finish, a bit of freshly ground pepper, And the freshly ground pepper, it's very important, as I said, to ground it like this at the last moment. This is where you smell the essential oil. If you have your pepper ground for a month, 2 months, it burns your mouth, but it doesn't really have any taste at all. So it's important to have freshly ground pepper. Nice and brown in the center, I can see. So up to now, we have no liquid in it. So now, we're going to put tomato, about a cup and a half of tomato. You can use a canned tomato there, as well as the fresh one. It'd be perfectly fine for this one. And our beans. Here. And I have 2 cans of beans. You can drain it, but you really don't have to. I have to put more liquid in there anyway. And this is the large cannelli beans, I need a bit more water in there. I can use this, rinse it out to finish it up. So the stew is cooking. This has to come to a boil now and simmer gently for 7, 8, 10 minutes, and that's basically it. Serve it in a large, or you serve it in there in a large casserole, a bit of fresh herbs on top. It's a great dish. And now we're going to do the dessert for our menu. This is one of those desserts that I do when guests arrive unexpectedly. Usually at home we don't really have dessert, but I have whipped cream cheese, any type of cream cheese, actually orange, and I always have that at home. So it's one of the desserts that I would do. take a little bit of those strips like this to flavor your cream cheese, and we're going to do segment with the orange. So what you do, I use a very thin, long knife, and you want to cut. You can see that those oranges have an enormous, I mean the side of that skin is enormous. I'm basically going to have nothing left here. And the next time, then it's going to be different and my orange is going to be much larger. But you can see that this one here is not a good deal at the market, I tell you. I mean, you buy that orange and you see the side of that orange and you're left with this. It's not even a quarter of the original weight. So that happened. So let's do at least 2 orange like this. You see that? The thicker I cut. Could do the same dessert with the grapefruit. So we want to remove the segment here. And those segments, you will go between 2 membranes here. And you have one. And at the next membrane, you go next to the membrane, twist your knife around. And you'll see that your knife will come back up to next to that membrane, and again. That's it. So you get used to that. Sometimes the membrane are very thin, sometimes they are large. The idea is to have nice segment of orange without the membrane, you know. So what I have here, I will use the juice so you don't lose anything. Okay. So this, we have the cream cheese now with the rind of the orange. We want to put sugar in there and work this out with a spatula. If it's a whipped cream cheese, then it's relatively soft, you know. So the flavor is only the cream cheese, sugar, rind of orange. With this, all you want to do is to serve that directly in your plate here. You know, like this. And then we want to garnish that with orange. A little bit all over the place. There is not really any rule on this. You want to give like maybe 1 orange for each of your guests. That should be plenty here. And we create a sauce. The sauce is usually created with the juice of the orange and a little bit of orange marmalade here. So we concentrate the same taste in a sense. You mix it together. Somehow, I don't know why, I think of that as a British dessert. I don't know why, but mix that in there. Sometimes I put pomegranate seed on top of it, which is beautiful. If you don't have that, you know, maybe a couple of blueberry will work fine here. And that ends up being a very sophisticated dessert. A couple of cookies with that. Fast, easy dessert. I'm always in the mood for that type of dish, you know, with ham, with sausage. I love sausage. And then you can cut a nice piece of ham like this. And then your sausage. I mean, look at that, the mushroom. That's it. Here we are. Maybe a bit more juice. A bit of parsley on top. And with this, a deep, heavy, robust wine from the south of France. Make my dishes for your loved one. Sharing makes the food taste so much better. Happy cooking!